Hello all and welcome to Sky Factory 2.5 episode 10. This is Mordenkaim, and I wanted to get started, as we talked about last time, with auto enchanting. So I'm going to get started on that now. I've got most of what I need right here. The auto enchanter is fairly easy to make. Let's bring up the recipe. You need a couple books, machine frame, diamonds, plastic sheets, nothing new here, so we'll go ahead and create that. I've also got what I need to integrate it into my ME system. I will need some smart cable though. It looks like I don't have any of that handy. So let me get a little smart cable. And I will also get some ME conduit, because that will be handy as well. So the other thing I wanted to show was the terminal patterns that we've needed for getting this set up as well. And it's really just some basics. I need the ability to really get books auto-crafted, because I'm going to use a crafting card to pull it into the system. So let's make that crafting card while we're thinking about it. So that's done. And let me grab a book. I need that to set the pattern. And that should be about it. So let's go over here. And I've got conduit running this way already. So I'm going to set it about where I've got this auto anvil set up. So we'll set them right here. So it's already getting powered up. Let's go ahead and we're going to need to take this out. And we'll run our conduit there. So now we have ME on all sides of it. And then we'll take our smart cable and give 3 runs. Oops. If I can get that targeted. Don't need this. Okay. So what we want to do is we want our import bus on one side. Doesn't really matter which one. Our fluid export bus. This is going to be for essence, which I have a drum, so that can set that. And then we're going to have our export bus, which I don't have books in there yet. Let's go ahead and set the level to 30. And then we'll set our book. So it will take a while. Oh, I also need to set the crafting card in that, to give it the ability, which did I grab it? I did. So there we go. It's crafting books and then exporting it to the system. Now these level 30s take a while and they use quite a bit of essence. So let's take a look at how our essence levels are doing. Let's check in the drive. I think it's right here. See, it's going down pretty quick. That's going to be a good way to use our essence up, because we're really having problems keeping up with the income of essence. So right now this is going to throw it out into the system as it completes. We're going to have to probably externalize that, because there's a lot of individual types of books. So the problem with that is each of those is going to take up a slot in our drives, and these are already starting to fill up. So I'm probably going to have to come up with another solution for that, but I may just add drives for now, and we'll go from there. But I also wanted to show off this setup. I know I talked about it a little bit last time, but it uses essence as well, and it can actually maintain the enchants on the items if they're enchanted when they come in. See, so that makes an Unbreaking 2 helmet, and as it takes a little longer to repair, and it uses essence. But since this has a Breaking 2 on it, it uses this to repair it. But this is the auto anvil, which is very handy for that sort of thing. So that's the basic setup for using up the essence. Okay, we're back, and I took a little cut there to get the book sorting set up. I figured I would just go ahead and invest a little time to get it set up like this. And what I'm doing is just kind of feeding in any enchanted book that comes into this cache, which I probably could do it into a chest or something here, and then feeding it down the line here. So every time we get a new one in, it'll go the longest course possible and go to these new caches. And it's a good way to show you how it works. And if it's an existing book, it'll take the shortest path possible. So as long as you keep the existing book on the nearest side of the source, it will go ahead and go in the existing one, and if it makes it past it, we know it's a new one. So this is how we're going to get unique storage for each book. We'll keep this going until these fill up, and it should be individual per enchant. So like we just got another one of these, so that is efficiency 3. That will be the only efficiency 3 in this whole stack. So the one that was just generated was an efficiency 3 enchant. And each of these is a little different. So this one is smite 4. The only thing I don't like about the caches is you can't see which enchant it is. But it'll do. So now while we're on the topic of enchanting, the next thing I want to do is get the division sigil ready to go. And we'll take a look at it real quick. Let's get an enchanting table made, because you need that to see what the ritual is. So let's get the division sigil. I've got a couple of them from loot bags, and this is an activated one, and this is a non-activated one. So we want these so we can make unstable ingots, which is used for quite a few different things. I really would like to use it for a builder's wand, and there were a couple other items. Let me take a look at that real quick. So the unstable ingot. These are kind of neat, the ingot blocks, but they're hard to make. I could use this for the semi-stable version, but let's go ahead and get a use on this. And this is some of the cool stuff. One of them that I really want to do is the Portal to the Deep Dark. I'm going to need it for that. That was one of the major things that I wanted to get from it. There are also... these are like lights or something. There's nothing I'm really worried about there. But as you can see, there's a lot of different things. So, I'm trying to remember. Here's the Builder's Wand. And the other things that I really want to get here are the Extreme Infusion Stone and the Master Infusion Stone. The Master Infusion Stone is the only one that's going to work from the crafting grid, because there's some kind of bug with AE2 and Magic Crops that every time you try to craft and you have a pattern in for an infusion stone, it will create a new one every time you try to do it. And I created a bunch of essences that way, so I have like 38 weak stones here. So I'm going to have to get to a master stone before I can put the patterns in for that. So that's what we want them for. So let's go ahead and make the enchanting table. I should have a book in here. Let's just grab it real quick. Without it throwing it out on there, we'll just craft like 10 of them. And I just need one. And then let's get the sigil. And I've got a lot of stuff here that I don't really need. And I know that this needs to be dirt surrounded by redstone, so there's something to it, how to set it up, and I will do that. And you also have to do it at midnight. But see there, so it has to be in darkness. It has to be on dirt. It has to be probably it's going to have to be up on top of the dome, because the dome may block it from seeing the moon. And it looks like the redstone circle is going to have to be around it. So I'll work on getting that set up, and then we'll come back. Okay, we've got it set up here. So I've got a little square of dirt, and these torches can't be here when it comes in, but when the moon gets to mid-sky, which is pretty close, it's probably going to start flashing. And since we're up here, I can go ahead and break these. And what it's telling me is... let me see if this looks good. It's in darkness. It says it's too early, and it needs to make a sacrifice, and I think that's a vanilla creature, which I brought a cow and a safari net up with me. And once this starts to blink, we should be good. And you notice the circle of redstone around the altar. So I'll hang out until it gets ready to blink, which is pretty close to midnight, I believe. There we go. It says to perform the sacrifice, so I'm going to bring the cow out. And that did it. Now I'm going to run, because we're going to start getting spawns. And I'm just going to hang out down here. Luckily, I have this nice protective dome, and I believe that turns back the next day, so there's really not a whole lot to it. I did have to give up my cow, but that's alright. Ooh, what happened there? We got a bunch of cow spawns over here. Oh, that's cool. These just kind of showed up. So we're going... And I don't know if it was because of the ritual. You can see that stairs up there is pretty busy. But I'm going to gather these guys up. This is Mana Steel, I think. Oh, no, it's Emerald. Did I see Mana Steel? That would be awesome. Gold? I don't really need gold. Oh, there, yeah, Mana Steel is pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. That's going to make Botania much easier to do. Cobalt is like a nether metal, I believe. Yeah, we need to get these guys rounded up. Okay, we're back, and as you can see, we have managed the cow explosion. We have them all following us around inside the gate here, except for this dude in the corner that doesn't seem to like to move. But that's cool. Looks like we got a bunch more cows. So that, sorry for the distraction, but we are going to be much better off because of that. So I think that might have been due to the fact that I just built a lot of extra grass. I filled in around the dome. I've still got to fill in the bottom, but I wanted to get this mainly out. But pretty soon we'll get them into a rancher setup. But where were we? We had just activated our division signal, which is now showing as active. We have 256 uses remaining. So we have that as a resource now. So that's pretty cool. Let me go up and check on the dome now that it's day again after all the wrangling. So I'm going to run up real quick and see if I can collect all of that now. And it looks better. A little bit of whatever that tainted dirt is, but I'm going to cut that. Cursed Earth, I think, is what was spawning them. Those should turn back, but now that this is done, I don't know if I can mine that, so I'm going to leave that alone, and hopefully it should turn back. And I'll put some light near it to help prevent spawning, if that even helps. And we'll come back up and get the rest of it, but that's pretty cool. So if we need to do another sigil, we can do it that way. Maybe that burning is what turns it back. I'm not real sure how it works, but regardless, we now have that, and once that completes and turns back to dirt, we can just disassemble it, and we have what we need. So we may end up doing that again. If I do, I'll do it off camera, because it's fairly safe to do. So that sigil makes it where we can now get a portal through the Deep Dark going. That'll probably be our next step. And I've also got to get some stuff together in order to make a jetpack, because you need to be able to fly in the Deep Dark because it's pretty high up. So I'll go off camera, get that ready, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're back, and I wanted to get a few more things together here for the jetpack. I don't have everything we need for it, so I've started the process of creating everything for the jetpacks, and it is a ridiculous amount of items. You need all these capacitors. That was one of the first things. We did it for the charge thing. But here is everything for the jetpacks, and you have to do multiple levels of everything, and you need to do an armored version of the capacitor pack, and you need to do an armored version of the vibrant jetpack. These take a very long time to complete. I've probably spent an hour or two getting all this stuff in here. So I didn't want to do that on camera. And one of the things we want to work towards now is if you look for the JetPlate. Let me bring it up real quick here. There are a lot of features. One of the things you need is this Ender Crystal, and you need to use a soul binder for that, and you also need a soul binder for the flight control units, which are in these thrusters. So you have to make your vibrant thruster. I don't have them yet because I don't have the soul binder, so This is how you make it. You need a bat soul, which we should be able to get from our spawner room, and a flight control unit. So the flight control unit I already have in here as a pattern. So we can do that. It takes quite a bit to make that, as you can see. So we'll start that process. And let's go ahead and make the soul binder. It's fairly simple. The only thing that's hard to get is Enderman heads. And the reason is because there are two types of Enderman heads. A lot of times the Enderman will drop the headcrumbs version, which does not convert to the Ender IO version. I got a one of the Ender sword for that, but other than that, this is pretty easy to make. So this is all stuff that we've done before. So we made the soul binder. I've got a place set up for this. So the way we're going to have this set up is I've got an autonomous activator here, and it's going to feed experience into this because this requires power. It requires experience. So the power's filling up, and then the experience can be fed in through an experience obelisk. So let's go ahead and make one of those as well. Experience. So we need one of these rods because it is a component of the experience obelisk. So that's pretty easy to make. Solarium and vibrant alloy, energetic alloy. That makes that. And then this is just Solarium over a machine chassis. So fairly simple to make. And I'm going to set that on top of our soul binder. So now we need a way for this to be picked up. What I want to do is I want to take a vacuum hopper, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this shoot experience into the air. And the way I'm going to do that is I put in our farm, I put a couple of essence berry bushes, and you can get these from the legendary loot bags. So as your mob spawner runs, you'll get these through loot bags. I want to eventually get where there's more of those coming in, but for now I think I have a stack or two in here. I let it run for a little bit so you could see how this worked. I figured that was more important. So if I bring up berry, I've got 111 essence berries. We're going to take that, and I've got an ME export bus here. So what we want to do is make the vacuum hopper, which is fairly simple. Hopper, obsidian, and Eye of Ender. Now that we've got Enderman, that's very easy to make. And I'm going to set this, and I think I can do this on top of here. And then I'm going to go here, and on the underside, I am going to tell it to output the experience down. So what I want to do is put our export bus here. I already have an import set up on this side, and then I'm going to tell it to put essence berries in. And that should start picking it up. As long as I'm not there. I probably will end up enclosing that so it doesn't keep making it where I pick it up. But all the essence berries are going to go through there. And then let's go ahead and put these in here. And that experience obelisk should be getting experience. So it's collecting levels of experience from the berries, and that will automatically feed in to the soul binder. So let's see if we can get some bats to show up. I put some spikes up top, but they should show up in here. One of the things we're going to need for this is a soul vial. I have an Enderman one already captured in there, but they're fairly easy to make. It's I believe it's quartz glass, and let me see if I can bring up the recipe for it. It is right there. So you can use fused quartz. There's a few different glasses that work for that, and a solarium as a lid. I've already got that in here as a recipe. Okay, we have some bats in there. I'm going to turn off the fans. Hopefully one of these will just stay alive long enough that I can capture it. Gonna follow him around. Did I get him? I did. Alright, I got a bat soul. That's gonna be a little clunky to get them right now, but I don't need them that often, just every time I need to make a jetpack. And hopefully I don't die enough where that won't be a problem. And let's go ahead and get our flight control. So I've got that there, and now we take those and we stick them in the soul binder. And I think now that this is here, I have to set it to output on the downside. There we go. So I can go push. There we go, and now it's sucking it in. So that's going to allow that to create. We'll also get the empty soul vial back. And there's our flight control unit. So that's how we create that for the thrusters. I'm probably going to create those manually because eventually I'll have to automate that, but I've still got a little work to do on that. So what we'll do is I will continue on the path of getting the flight or the jetpack ready to go, and then we'll get ready to make the deep dark portal, and once we've got both of those together we can start exploring. Alright, we're back, and we'll start by showing the pattern that I finally got in here for the JetPlate. This is going to be more designed for building a fresh one, and I've had a couple of these in my inventory, and them not being drained of power is going to cause some problems in auto-crafting, but let's go ahead and show what it looks like to craft one of these things, just from start to finish. So if I were to do that now, it's going to take 12,000 bytes of space for crafting, and you can see a ridiculous amount of crafting is required. I already have most of this done in order to get the recipes in here, so we're just going to do the last couple pieces here. So let's bring the JetPlate in. And we'll go like that. Oh, actually, you know what? That's the pattern terminal. I don't have them done yet, so let's do it this way. JetPlate. If I could type. So as you can see, I'm missing a thruster and I'm missing a glider wing. I'm going to autocraft those here, so let's go ahead and do the thruster. These take a while in and of themselves. And then let's do the glider wing. Wing. Start. Okay. So those are there. Once they complete, which will take a little while, you can see both jobs are going. We'll be able to finish off the plate. One other thing I wanted to show are my other armors I'm going to be using are the dark steel or the dark leggings from Ender.io as well. I've empowered some of these already, but these boots will absorb fall damage, for example, when they're powered, and they're empowered 4. I'm going to show you how to do that on the helm, but it works the same for all the items. It also does the same thing for the Ender, which is what I used for the Enderman head that I talked about earlier. So let's go empower a dark helm. So there are 4 levels of empowerment. It starts off with a vibrant crystal. You put that in an enchant. That empowers it. And then you do each level of capacitor. So to go to empowered 2, you use a basic. To go to empowered 3, you use a double layer. And to go to empowered 4, you use an octaditic. And you need 10, 15, and 20 levels for each of those. So let's get 10 and do the first level. This might break the anvil. We'll see. But if it does, you'll get the idea. And then we'll take 15 levels. And this is very handy for this. This is the experience obelisk we're using, the same thing we were using for the soul binder. And let's put the helm in there. And the double layer capacitor. Notice it takes 15 levels. And then we're going to take 20 levels and finish the helm off with the octaditic. Yep, it broke the anvil. Now you can also see on these that there are other things that we can add, like a note block, potion of night vision, photovoltaic cell, which will give it the ability to generate power during daylight, so I'll probably do all of those as well. And once I get to Thaumcraft, we'll do Goggles of Revealing. But this is going to be my armor to go with the jetpack. I've been wearing the Thaumcraft robes just because I got them from treasure bags or loot bags, but I won't be doing that anymore. So let's put this away. Check on our crafting jobs. They're still crafting, so I'll come back when these are done and we will finish up the jetpack. Alright, we're back, and as you can see, the crafting jobs have completed. It's time to create our JetPlate, finally. It's been quite a journey. There it is, and since this is all powered up, it must be creating a very nicely fully charged JetPlate. There we go. Alright, so now we can fly. Yeah, whoa, goodness. And I'm going to have to play around a little bit to get the, that's nice. That's pretty sweet. Play around with that a little bit and I'll learn the key bindings as it's changed since the last time I've used that mod. So the other thing I want to do is go ahead and create my deep dark portal. And this can be a little dangerous. I could do the stable version of the ingots, but there's no fun in that. So I've already kind of prepared. And I've got all my stuff here. Ready to go. And I'm going to use my very first crafting table for this. And hopefully I don't kill myself. But if I do, we'll just try again. It shouldn't be that hard. So we're under a very tight time limit here. So these have to be divided. Iron divided by diamond equals unstable ingot. This one's going to end up in the middle. These are going to end up on the corners. And then these are going to make like a little plus sign. So let's go ahead and make that. Gotta get moving, gotta get moving, gotta get moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, and got it! Sweet. That's always a very nerve-wracking thing to do. So now we've got the deep dark portal. I am not quite ready to go in there yet, but I want to do some preparing, so I'm going to go get my supplies gathered, get all my armor on, try to work around with a little more enchanting on those items, and then we'll be back to do some exploring of the deep dark. Okay, we're back, and I want to take the rest of this episode, which we've only got a few minutes left, to take a look into the deep dark. Let's go over what we've got together here. I've got the helm powered up with night vision and solar power generation. I've got our JetPlate, and I've got leggings with speed 3, and I've got dark boots which give us fall damage negation, and also flippers, which is water, which won't do us a whole lot of good, but they're on there anyways, and they're all empowered 4. So I've got 10 armor points, and I've also really upgraded this the Ender Sword, which I've renamed to Owl ? Because it really hurts, because I also put Sharpness 4 and Wrath 3 on it, so it does almost 15 attack damage. So it should be very powerful. We should be good for fighting, and I've also got my needle gun in case I need to do any kind of ranged attack, so I should be good. And lots of building materials, just so we can get a little outpost set up, and travel anchors, which I think will work in that dimension. We'll try it. So I've set the block in here next to the bed, and we're going to go take a look. And I know we've got to get down to the floor, but what I'm going to do is I'll create a travel block here. And let's set the travel blocks. Here are also some magnum torches that I got from loot bags as well. So let's create a travel block, and we'll call this portal. And let's dig our way down. I think I'm going to go straight down from here. And we'll see what we run into. Alright, good. So I'm going to use the magnum torch first. And we're going to do that to prevent spawns. Well, that hurts him. That should keep people from spawning at least. Alright, I think that'll keep spawns down. Let's get some regular torches. And let's just come around here. And then we'll make our little platform. There we go. I haven't done much with this before, so we're just going to make it where we're pretty well lit, and hopefully that magnum torch will keep the spawns down nearby. Yeah, that sword's nice. Doing very good damage. Reaper. Well. Seems they have more hit points than normal. Okay, let's take my asphalt and I'm going to make a big... Basically, I just want to make a... Let's do a 12 by 12. 6, or let's make it odd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. And then we'll do this 11 times. I also brought my building wand for this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give me a magnum torch on top. 8, 7, 6. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll be the center. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. Okay. And then this should be straight down from the thing. I gotta go up real quick and see where the hole is, and we'll mark that with a torch as well. Looks like that's it right there. Yep. So let's put a torch on that. And really, the jetpack makes this kind of trivial, but this is a good starting point. And now, I designed these to be the corners. I think I'm going to go with these on the corner. Why not? Just something different. Kind of all concrete looking. Looks like we're controlling the spawns pretty well. Our fuel is at 93%. Oh, get attacked. Alright, where is he? Give me my ender sword. Yeah, they're not even hurting me with all this armor. They're not even getting through. Oh, that's a nice hat. I'll take it. Yeah, Michael Jackson. Alright. Okay, now let's take these and come up the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it seems like it's pretty safe. I'll put the magnum torch in the middle, and then I've got this glass that I'm going to use just so I can see. And I think I made enough of this where I'll be able to make it at least 2 high. And what we're going to do down here is we're going to create quarries, ender quarries. Do I have enough of this? I think I brought more. I did. 57, and then let's use our building wand. There we go. Do I have enough? I probably don't. I'll make more of that. So let's go ahead and take our normal torches. We'll put them up on the corners. And then we've got our spot marked up there. And that is a good start. So I'm going to do a little more building here and get this thing kind of started out. What is that? Oh, those look like the Viz ore nodes. When we get into Thaumcraft, that will be handy. Here's some cobble. Let's go ahead and hopefully there's nothing down here that can just wipe me out even with all this armor. I don't know much about it, so a little more. I don't have enough with me. Okay. And let's eat some toast. Alright, so we're going to come back next time and probably get started on trying to get our items linked over here, and we'll probably get started on getting the quarry set up. And if we have time, we'll get started on big reactors. So that'll be our next major step. What is this over here? Is that bedrock? Oh, interesting. Alright, there's a lot of exploring to do here. We will get into that next time, though. So that will be the end of this episode. Now that we are into the deep dark, that is a really good start. And we will get started next time, getting this place a little more robust. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will see you next time.